back in Winnipeg as we get set for meeting number 80 all-time between these two teams. Let's check out the goaltenders tonight. Anton Khudobin at 33 saves in a 2-1 shootout loss against the Rangers on Thursday night. Ondrej Pavelec had 29 stops in a 4-1 loss here against Calgary on Sunday. The Jets have lost 4 in a row. Sit back and enjoy the first of 2 meetings between these two teams. The Jets will be in Raleigh on November 13th. Riley Nash, Jiri Tlusty who has the puck. Alex Semin kickstart it for Bill Peters. Semin on the off wing pulls up. Tries to stay with it, broken up by Dustin Byfuglien, and away they go. It pinballs wide of Anton Khudobin. Icing is called here as we see Bill Peters for the first time tonight.
And Bill, as he talked to you in the pregame show, identified the start in particular in this building, maybe the most important of the trip that will span through Alberta and then Vancouver. And for Paul Maurice, the pressure is already magnified here in Winnipeg, a team that is winless on the season and has dropped home games against Nashville and Calgary the last few days.
We take a look at the Rex Express Care injuries and scratches after they dropped the puck here at the top of your screen. Rex Healthcare is chosen for excellence. Winnipeg started with a 6-2 win in Arizona on opening night and have lost every game since. And it's their goal-scoring problems. They have only scored twice in the last 3 games, and they have yet to score on the power play.
Yeah, and then when they don't score, they start to cheat in the wrong ways, and especially on the rush, they've made some poor decisions, and the Hurricanes want to take advantage. And I think that is by playing smart in the early going. A guy like Jay McClement knows that. Chris Terry, what can he do with such a sterling performance last Thursday at Madison Square Garden? Can he be consistent? Zach Boychuk, what he did against Buffalo. Consistency for young players, that's the thing they want to locate.
4 straight for the Hurricanes through Western Canada. And for Bill Peters, pretty simple approach as he addressed the team this morning. He told them, look boys, we're the hardest working team and we leave the rink that way in each of the next 4. Good things will happen. Back to the point. Paul Postma, Grant Clitsome, his first game of the season. It deflects off Zach Boychuk and it goes on to play. Let's check out tonight's Storm Tracker and the game keys.
Well, we just talked about it, starting it on time. And that doesn't mean you have to come on the score. That means you have to be sharp and weather the storm if you have to in a tough building. The Hurricanes are quicker than Winnipeg, but they're not as big as Winnipeg. Which one wins? And blocking shots. That will tell you how urgent the team is if they're willing to get in those lanes to start an early road trip.
The Hurricanes are the #1 face-off team in the National Hockey League right now, and Riley Nash, who wins that one, has been a big part of it. It's a false start, and they'll do it again. He's opposed by Mark Scheifele, a player we cataloged in the Open, an outstanding young talent.
I think he's going to be a star. You know, the fact that Maurice used him as a shutdown centerman last year before he got hurt, a knee injury that he's come back from, tells you about his two-way game.
Off the draw, kicked free. Blake Wheeler leading Winnipeg in terms of scoring with 4 points in the 5 games they've played. Looks to hunt it down. Good play by Riley Nash. And away they go. Jiri Tlusty gets on the gallop. He's crunched by Mark Stewart out of the corner. Nash drops it off, and young Jacob Trouba, he led all rookies in terms of ice time a season ago. He'll thread it through center ice for Scheifele. Matthew Perreault, a newcomer, ex of Anaheim, and formerly of Washington, 85 on the left wing. This is Alexander Semin for Carolina. Moving by Dustin Byfuglien. His pass for Jiri Tlusty. He'll dangle. Broken up by Toby Enstrom in on Pavelec, and no further play.
Speaking of formerly of Washington, the Hurricanes need a big game and a big road trip from Alexander Semin. He did not have his A game in New York. He hasn't had his A game even, when he had the 2-assist game too on Long Island. And with the guys out of the lineup, they need him to establish a work ethic and carry it forward. This is a big night for him. He's played well in this building in his career.
Played just over 14 minutes against the Rangers on Thursday night. Did not have a shift in overtime, but was shooter #1 in the shootout. Brian Little pulls up, looks around, moves it back. Enstrom with a shot, patted down by Khudobin. He spits out a rebound, and Andrew Ladd thinks he has scored. Khudobin had the original shot, kicked out the rebound. And we'll see what Gord Dwyer, one of the 2 referees tonight, working with Kyle Raymond, we'll see what he does with this. He did not make a signal right away. We'll check it out here.
Well, this is all going to be, Skinner goes down. Stop it right here, guys. Watch Skinner. We talk about blocking shots. He misses the shooting lane here. He had a chance to recover, and he just didn't put it on the line. Winnipeg, Ladd in particular, does a good job of getting on the offensive side of the puck to win that battle with Falk. Now, the league has a more it's his stick. The referee does not make a clear call. Now, John, if the whole... Oh, yeah, it's in. It's a goal.
Yep.
See, but I boil that all the way back to Skinner, I know, back in the lineup, but certain things you can't control. Getting in that lane to prevent that shot from getting through is absolutely within his control, and Falk does not want to lose that body position battle that Ladd can get to it. Ladd has started very slow this season. He has just 1 point in 5 games.
No goals for the former Hurricane, and now Winnipeg captain Andrew Ladd. They talk it over with the Situation Room in Toronto. We'll see it a couple of more times. It caroms off the goalpost, off the backside of Hudobin, right along his pad, and it appeared that the puck completely crossed the goal line. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that one look, you could see white between the puck and the goal line, so I think this is going to be the right call, the unfortunate call for Carolina. And Andrew Ladd told me this morning, I said, what do you think about your game? He said, right now I am simply put, I am a day late and $1 short. But he's always had good numbers against the team that he broke into the league with. It looks like he's going to continue those numbers.
So a long delay, that's Kyle Raymond, who we mentioned is working tonight with Gord Dwyer. It'll take as long as it needs here to make sure they get this one right. But it looked like a continuation play.
I certainly don't see goaltender interference. You could not be reviewing that. The referees can huddle about that, right, but you can't review. I thought Ladd just fought for positioning, got his stick on it, and the puck just had eyes.
Of course, they could determine, when the whistle was going to blow or the act of blowing the whistle. But again, that's something that they use a little bit more discretion with in the Situation Room in terms of how the referee calls it on the ice. They may have a different interpretation in Toronto.
You're making a great point, and that is this. If you hear the whistle, then the puck goes in afterwards, it still can be a good goal from my understanding this year.
Right.
And so you can listen for the whistle, but it's not really the determinant. If you hear the whistle and then you see the puck in the net, they still, upon review, can call it a good hockey goal.
That's right.
So I think this is a good goal.
Here's the call.
Upon video review, the puck does cross the goal line, therefore we have a good goal.
Yep. So Kyle Raymond makes the call. The Winnipeg Jets take 1 minute and 53 seconds, and Andrew Ladd has his first of the season.
And I'll go back one more time, and then the Hurricanes will move forward with their next shift. That is why block shots is the third game key here tonight against the Jets. That puck never gets through. If the Carolina player, it happened to be Skinner's in the lane.
Nash along with Tulosti and Semin for Carolina. Tim Gleason, Jay Harrison on the back end for Bill Peters. Dustin Byfuglien, Brian Little, Andrew Ladd. Here's Byfuglien. He'll circle. Dustin Byfuglien to the outside, holding onto it. A tip right on. Hudobin said no. Harrison takes care of Brian Little. Ladd lost his edge. Byfuglien takes a run at his man. And Alexander Semin now softly out to center ice.
See, that's where I think Semin, with his size and his confidence and skill level, he can take ice there. He doesn't. I think that's a hope play, just pitchforking it out.
Tulosti camped out, but he does so offside. And we get a break in play. Fans, if the Hurricanes win, kids wearing Canes gear eat free tomorrow at participating Golden Corral restaurants. Help yourself to happiness.
And the Hurricanes with 7 defensemen dressed, so Ryan Murphy will see his first action as a winger here. You would think his skating ability, he should be able to adjust.
Bill Peters said today he's going to play him a great deal in terms of the forwards. And Brad Clinsome off the draw with a harmless-looking shot that eludes Anton Hudobin. 2-0 Winnipeg.
Puck was definitely redirected on the way through. Actually, the Hurricanes catch a tough break off of the centerman's heel, and right there in the high slot, absolutely. Is that Frolik that gets a piece of it? And that's the key part right there. The Hurricanes actually had won the draw. It goes off the centerman's skate boot and back to the point. Nice little pass in the middle of the ice to the strong side, and Frolik, a nifty redirection.
It'll be Michael Frolik's first goal of the season. Former Stanley Cup winner with the Chicago Blackhawks. This is his second season with Winnipeg. And a horror show early for Anton Khudobin as we see it one more time.
Okay, so they must be making sure that that stick is not above the crossbar. I can't think of anything else they would be reviewing. Clearly underneath, in my view. And face-offs, you lose a draw. Face-offs and block shots often tell you if you're ready to start the game on time.
At 1:53, Andrew Ladd from Toby Enstrom and Brian Little. This one will be Michael Frolik with the primary assist going to Grant Clinton. The face-off comes all the way back in the Carolina zone. Well, we may have a double tip. Adam Lowry gets the goal, and it's his first NHL goal.
He's out of the Western Hockey League. Actually, his coach Paul Maurice has compared him to a young Brandon Sutter.
Another scramble off the draw, and Carolina will survive as they get it out. Chris Terry turns it over to Paul Postma back in his own zone with a tight turn. 2-0 Winnipeg, and we're just 3 minutes in. Ron Hainsey on Jim Slater. They jam along the boards. It's dug out by Jay McClement. He'll hand it off to Chris Terry, who leads Carolina with 3 goals, and he gets it out to neutral ice. Klitzum is there, and he'll dump it in. 2 goals in a 40-second span for the Winnipeg Jets. They took yesterday off and were angry about their performance here on Sunday. Their opening night, home opening night loss here against Nashville on Friday night, and the fact that they've lost 4 straight. A heavy hit in the corner. Jacob Trouba on Jeff Skinner. Andre Sekera holding onto it. His shot pinballs off bodies. It goes wide, and it's played here by Mark Scheifele. They'll play it along the boards, broken up by Justin Volk. It bounces in on Khudobin, who melts it down. Hey, Caniacs, it's your chance to win a team-signed hockey stick from Rex Healthcare. Simply follow @RexHealthcare on Twitter and tweet the hashtag RexSaves. Do it right now for your chance to win. The winner notified by a reply tweet and announced in the 3rd period.
That's a clean hit if the puck's there, but that actually could have been interference. But I think it'll be a good thing for Skinner. When you talk about getting yourself, when you're coming back from injury, hit or be hit. He just got hit.
Sekera now moves it for Yuri Tuluski. Alex Semin loses control in the center zone. It's batted down with a hand here, and we get a break in play.
Well, you'd like to see a competition. You saw Semin, you see Skinner. These are the 2 most naturally gifted finishers. Well, Chris Terry's actually a pretty young, gifted finisher, too. But you want to see those natural goal scorers challenge one another. When one guy gets going, the other guy elevates his game, because goal scoring is, for some people, a natural finishing thing. When you're not scoring like Winnipeg is, you got to get to the front of the net like Ladd did, and then you have to have a double redirection to score another goal.
4 shots, as we see, all have been taken by Winnipeg. 2 goals, Andrew Ladd and rookie Adam Lowry, who played in the American Hockey League last season. His dad, Dave, a longtime National Hockey Leaguer, and he scores his first on a double tip. A point shot taken by Grant Klitzum out of the corner. Brian Little for the Jets, grinding along. Play whistle dead. A penalty is called up top by Kyle Raymond.
Well, this is going to be a break. Winnipeg captain Andrew Ladd gives Carolina
Winnipeg penalty number 16,
some life
2 minutes
with
for
an
holding.
offensive zone holding infraction. So the Hurricanes will get a chance. Bill Peters, again, in your interview with him before the game, talked about the need for the power play after starting so well against the Islanders to get back on track. There's Ladd coming in. Well, not much. Much.
So the Hurricane power play goes to work, and right now in the young season they are tied for 6th. The Jet kill, they have killed off 20 of 21 in the early going. Right now they are 3rd in terms of penalty killing. As it comes all the way back in the Jet zone, Mark Stewart, the veteran, moves it along the boards by a couple of canes and all the way back. Andre Sekera deep in his own zone after missing the game against the Rangers on Thursday night in that heavy collision a week ago in Raleigh against Buffalo, which looked like at the outset it could curtail his season. It's knocked down and fanned on by Stewart. Mark Scheifele out to center, shorthanded, 2-on-1. Blake Wheeler holding, delaying Scheifele. Fanning on it, his stick lifted by Justin Falk. Carolina will dodge that one.
There's a bad breakout coming up the ice. We've shown the Hurricanes breakout this year take big steps with that drop where one puck carrier takes it up the ice, you cover or have a couple guys come to you, then you drop it. But you can't do it if you don't have speed underneath.
The Canes still looking for their first shot on goal. They have 55 seconds left in the power play. Semin tied up by Brian Little, Toby Enstrom. Zach Bogosian tries to clear, knocked down by Tulosti, played by Semin. Here's Riley Nash. Nash to the outside. Semin looks it over diagonally across Murphy. One-timer Terry pinballs wide. Played at the top of your screen by Ryan Murphy. Controlled here by Riley Nash. Nash tries to protect the puck. Murphy takes over. Terry's shot off the pad of Pavlik. And it comes all the way back. Chris Terry will settle it down. The turning stick of Riley Nash. Mishandled by Alex Semin. And Frolik can't clear. Nash a steal. His shot deflects high off Bogosian. And it goes out of play.
Nash is the hardest working player on the Hurricanes roster right now. But prior to that, a 2-on-1 is created because there's the drop. But Lindholm, I don't think, knew it was coming, and he didn't come with enough speed. If you execute it right, you have an entry and you go to work. If you don't, you turn it over. Sekera does a nice job of buying just enough time so Falk can get back and impede Scheifele just enough on the 2-on-1.
Jay McClement along with Brad Malone and Zach Boychuk in this sequence. Murphy at the point holding on to it now. Point-to-point Harrison. 12 seconds on the power play. Murphy's shot knocked down by McClement and dumped out by Jacob Trouba. So Andrew Ladd, who has scored the first goal of this game, is up and ready. Back on the ice. Brad Malone hit high by Mark Stewart. And he's slow to get up.
Leg to leg, John. Oh, boy. Former Colorado Avalanche, at least now Malone trying to get, it was a leg-to-leg collision. And the picture tells the story.
So Brad Malone in his first season as a Hurricane. And a collision in the center zone with Mark Stewart. We'll see it a couple of times. The Jets have scored twice. Adam Lowry and Andrew Ladd. And a tough break here for Brad Malone. We'll take a look at it here as Stewart steps up, tries to go high, gets him with the leg. We'll hope for the best for Brad Malone. We're back. We're back here in Winnipeg, and it will be a power play for the Hurricanes. Mark Stewart for tripping at 6:14.
Malone reached for the puck to try to chip it by Stewart. The collision was leg to leg. I don't think there was any malicious intent from Stewart. I don't think he knew that Malone was going to try to reach and poke the puck by at the last second.
Second power play for the Hurricanes. Chris Terry now, and directly off the boards, Riley Nash at the top of your screen. Gets it back from Alex Semin. Murphy throws it across, knocked down by Terry. He'll tangle here on Jim Slater. Keep it down low. Semin let it go for Riley Nash. He's guarded by Zach Bogosian. Semin along the boards. Nash at the half wall now, holding onto it. Inside for Semin as they stretch it out. Nash again looks it over. Winnipeg staying disciplined. Nash in control. Back it goes Murphy. This way Terry. Now Nash holding, shooting one. Denied by Pavlik. They score! On the rebound, it's Yuri Tulosti. And the Hurricanes strike on the power play and cut the lead in half.
Sensational passing. Watch Terry over here. What a job. What a pass. How much zip. And Riley Nash, who's playing a little bit of give and go. Just a phenomenal job of receiving the pass. High offering on Pavlik. He can't control it. Off the collarbone. And Yuri Tulosti scores against as close of a friend as he had. Pavlik and Tulosti are very, very close. We'll watch again here. Is there any kicking? No, with the liberal kicking motion language, I think that's a good goal. We should remind fans the league is taking a more liberal view, so I think that's a good goal.
You have to look at his glove too. We see it again. You're right about the kick. but did he bat it in? Did it go off the glove hand? Let's take another look. We had a quick look at it. Tulowitzki making that motion to direct the puck in. Obviously hits the stick, you're good, but the glove could be an issue here. We'll see.
No, you're right. And he tries to play with his stick. Boy, this is a tough one because it doesn't look like he extends his arm. Oh, yeah, he does. Man, that's a tough one. I apologize for thinking that it was his skate. This one might be overturned.
Okay, here's Gordy Dwyer.
After video review, the player gets a stick on the puck before it crosses the goal line, therefore it's a good goal.
There you go.
Well, you earn a break like that when you zip the puck around like the Hurricanes did. What a pass from Terry. Riley Nash, again in this game, as he has been for the last couple, has been Carolina's best player. You know, that could have hit the shaft of his stick,
I think
too.
it did. That's the interpretation.
I couldn't hear him. You heard it better than I did, but, you know, that look might have hit the area in the stick between the two gloves, but boy, that's a good-looking puck-moving power play there.
So the power play continues to be a plus for the Hurricanes. Over 25% improved there in their second shot tonight. Excellent puck movement. Jiri Tulowitzki puts the Hurricanes on the board. So now we have just played over 7 minutes. 3 goals scored already. Blake Wheeler goes deep. Brett Belmore pressured by Mark Scheifele. Little support here from rookie Victor Rask, who knocks it down. Sets up the former Winnipeg Jet, Ron Hainsey, and away they go. Jeff Skinner splits the defense. He'll go cross corner. Elias Lindholm is in first. Rask in support, off a stick, off Perreault. Played here by Scheifele. Everybody batting at it, and now it's knocked down and played here by Mark Stewart. Sets up his partner, Jacob Trouba, and they'll start again.
Remember Bill Peters said at the beginning of the year, players have to do what they do. Chris Terry has to be a difference maker on the power play to survive in this league. And he certainly has been. He was on Thursday, and that's just a zippy pass.
Zach Boychuk moves up on Paul Postma. Laid along the boards and in back of Andre Pavlik by Jay McClement. Indirect pass for Harrison. His shot blocked by Adam Lowry. Lowry tries to get it out. He has one of 2 Winnipeg goals tonight. TJ Cagliardi at the line is broken up. Patrick Brown for Carolina. Finally hacked in the zone for Lowry. A drop pass for Cagliardi off Khudobin. It goes high. It stays in play. McClement now has time and space deep in his own zone.
Good challenging save there. A hybrid staying up, going down.
A steal. Camped out, Lowry. To the outside, he's upended by Tim Gleason. Play will continue. To the point, clips him well off the mark. Played here by Zach Boychuk. He'll elevate that puck back out to dead center.
Educated fans thought if...
Go back to school. Gagliardi now off the pads of Khudobin. He'll melt it down. Little disturbance in back of the goal. The Canes scoring on the power play tonight. You can stop by any participating Bojangles between 5:30 and 10 a.m. tomorrow morning and say, I'm a Caniac and it's bow time to get your free Bojangles Bowberry Biscuit. Log on to CarolinaHurricanes.com/Bojangles for rules and participating locales.
Big save from Khudobin. A couple of neutral zone turnovers for the Hurricanes, and sometimes his glove high is an Achilles heel. Not here because he challenged. I was going to say, the Gleason hit on Lowry. The educated fans here, I think, thought if Stewart's was a trip on Malone, they thought that was too. The Hurricanes get the break.
Justin Falk now for Andre Sekera. Reverse here. 9 minutes gone in period 1. See the shots on goal. Winnipeg by 4. Where it counts, the Jets by 1. In the center zone, Riley Nash. Strong start to his season. It comes all the way back for Falk. Hard pressed by Andrew Ladd. Khudobin looking at Sekera in back of the goal, and they start again. Andre Sekera, Jiri Tulowitzki encumbered by the pass, and it's played here by Zach Bogosian. Toby Enstrom as they go D to D. They start from their own zone and back out. Here's Dustin Byfuglien coming in. 21 shots on goal leading Winnipeg. Goes inside to the big man, Byfuglien. He'll bounce off of Falk. Andrew Ladd on the forecheck now with Riley Nash. Nash in control, handing it off to Andre Sekera, and wheeled back out to center ice.
I couldn't be more excited about Riley Nash. Shift in, shift out. His focus, his execution, his, I think, real energy, and he doesn't take any time off on the ice.
Out of the corner, Matthew Perreault for Blake Wheeler. He'll settle it down. Wheeler, now Scheifele. Hands it off for Postma. His shot off Sekera, played here by Justin Falk, and they start again. Good play by Mark Scheifele. Looking for Wheeler, denied by Justin Falk. And he'll bomb it past Andre Pavlik. Ryan Murphy with a tight turn. Sets up Skinner. It's swallowed by Andre Pavlik. 9:46 left to go in a very exciting first period. And on the power play, it's Jiri Tlusty with his 4th of the season. 2-1, Winnipeg. Tlusty, a good start. 4 goals, 3 on a magical night on Long Island.
Well, this one was the one furthest from the net that he scores, but now the second one close to the net. Then a tough interchange and play by the New York goaltender, but he's right near the top of the crease. And again, scores right on the top of the crease off the shaft of his stick tonight. When he was in the top 5 in goal scoring, a season removed from where we're at now, he got to the net.
This line is Victor Rask along with Elias Lindholm and Jeff Skinner. Skinner making his season debut after missing the first 4 with a concussion. His shot tipped wide by Elias Lindholm, looking for his first of the season. Now Mark Stewart out of the corner. Reverses for Jacob Trouba. Trouba deep in his own zone. A stretch pass for Mark Scheifele. Through center. Good job playing the body by Brett Belmore, and the Hurricanes get it deep. In a foot race, Mark Stewart gets the inside track on Victor Rask, and the Hurricanes now will execute a line change. Trouba pressured by the forechecking of Boychuk. Mark Stewart has time. He'll amble through center, wristed in, a bouncer in on Hudobin, who plays it along now for Tim Gleason.
Second time they've tried that World Series type bounce in front of the goalie here in the first period. Winnipeg in on Hudobin.
Stung for 2 quick goals within 40-second span. Anton Hudobin seeing Andrew Ladd on a rebound and a tip from Adam Lowry. The Winnipeg goals scored within the first 2:37 of this one. Jay Harrison paired on defense with Tim Gleason. Bill Peters has the forward line of Jay McClement, Zach Boychuk, Chris Terry out there. Comes all the way back, Paul Postma. Grant Klitzum on defense. Klitzum, the former Columbus Blue Jacket, hit by McClement. Legal hand pass that time in the defensive zone by Klitzum. Postma now tries to wheel out. Good pinch by Carolina's Andrej Sekera. The Jets buzz out to center. You're looking at Michael Frolik to the outside of Justin Falk. Hard around it goes, top of your screen for Sekera, and they start again. Justin Falk turns away from Andrew Ladd. Sekera now pressured a bit by Jim Slater and back out. Riley Nash had a hard time finding the handle. Here's Ladd over the line in the zone. Good back check by Jeff Skinner. And away he goes. Skinner with a long shot, short hopping Pavlik, and they start again.
The Jets worked on their neutral zone coverage in the morning skate. You see it has paid off here in the first period there. Riley Nash, 2 Jets on him, didn't know it was coming. A turnover where you don't want to turn it over.
Enstrom, a nice headman feed for Brian Little. Wide of Anton Hudobin. Belmore back on it. Paired with Ron Hainsey in control now. A quick up, a chip by Alex Semin. A steal by Jacob Trouba. Pestered by Jiri Tlusty as they battle along the boards. Offside is called.
We've often talked about just a basic benchmark. If you can combine your penalty killing and your power play percentages, and it's 100% or higher combined, you're in good shape. The Hurricanes coming into tonight were 73.3 on the penalty killing in the young season, 26.7 on the power play. They've got a power play goal here to kick it off, so they're over 100%. They were 100% coming in, and that's a territory they haven't been for some time.
Brett Belmore now will feed it hard around. Trouba back for Winnipeg, let it go. Shot taken by Rask, denied by Pavlik. Ryan Murphy moving up. Playing up front here with Elias Lindholm and Victor Rask. One-timer Hainsey, good save by Andre Pavlik on a tip. Matthew Perreault turns it over. It's Ryan Murphy's turn. He's broken up. Stewart now outlets for Perreault, and away they go. Mark Scheifele hits the line. Blake Wheeler. Scheifele walks in. Shut down by Hudobin. Loose in the dead slot. Hudobin ready for the chop chance by Blake Wheeler. Wheeler hit hard by Ron Hainsey. Belmore feeds it along. Enstrom. The roadblock on Lindholm. A turning shot by Matthew Perreault goes wide. And it's played here by Ron Hainsey and back out.
Boy, a couple of good deflection chances where Pavlik has made some saves since the Hurricanes made it 2-1, and they keep challenging Winnipeg. That glove side on Anton, and he's had an answer.
Off the stick of Tim Gleason, it comes all the way back. Adam Lowry out of the corner, met by Jay McClement. Young Lowry now grinding in the corner, holding onto it. On a cycle, he attempts to drop it off. He gets it back. He's hit hard by McClement. Carolina steal in the person of Chris Terry, and he starts his engine. Terry goes wide of Enstrom. A tight turn is swept wide of Pavlik, and now it's played here and in control by Michael Frolik. TJ Cagliardi moves it all the way across for Toby Enstrom. He'll dump it in.
Can you see how much more confident Terry is with the puck, with his hands on the power play goal there? Nothing happened, but you can just see, the soft hands he has, which will keep him in the NHL if he stays here. That's what he has to do.
He is slick. Now it's played by Semin. He turns it over. Klitzum in control behind Jimmy Slater. Sekera back out. And Halischuk in the lineup tonight for Paul Maurice. He'll dump it in. It goes deep on Sekera. Hit by Chris Thorburn. Slater tipped right on. Hudobin said no. And Falk now is away for Riley Nash and back out to center ice. Paul Postma coming all the way back in his own zone. Lays it along for Jimmy Slater. A good pitch by Andrej Sekera. Alexander Semin goes to work for Carolina. Taking care of, he centers one out in front. Here's Falk, but it's a bouncing puck as we see. It kicks out to the center zone. On the wall, Andrej Sekera. He'll pull up. He gets room. Inside for Skinner. His shot. Shut down by Pavlik. He tries to play it off the backside of Andrei Pavlik, who melts it down. Good job by Jeff Skinner. Great to see him in the lineup this evening. 5:04 left to go in period one. Winnipeg up by 1. Down by 1, but the Hurricanes are getting their chances.
Boy, a couple of tips there off of Blake Wheeler's stick. Wearing 26 for Winnipeg, and boy, that's a good save for Hudobin, because as I've said, his left side high could be a challenge for him. There, nice hold of the short side post to Carrot. Beautiful job finding Skinner down low, and that's a goal scorer's play. Trying to bank it in off of Pavlik from behind the net.
An interesting period so far. Talked about Winnipeg's frustration. Carolina feeling that they played well against the Rangers, but still frustrated by the fact that they're the only team in the league yet to win. Looking to break that here tonight. Get Bill Peters his first win as an NHL head coach. Jacob Trouba paired on defense with Mark Stewart. 4:44 left to go in period one. John and Tripodi as always here on Fox Sports Carolinas as they cross offside. We're on Sports South Thursday night from the Saddle Dome, starting with Hurricanes live at 8:30.
That's a better play in the neutral zone by Hainsey, the way he gaps up on Dustin Byfuglien, taking away the guy they call Big Buff's time and space. Causes a turnover. Byfuglien could skate as well. He's a former teammate of Ron, so he read it perfectly. I think we might talk to Ron after the first.
Nice. He always has something to say, and it's usually with plenty of substance. Now it's played here by Zach Boychuk, hit hard by Grant Klitzum. He was making his debut tonight for this season for Paul Maurice and making his presence felt. He's played the body and had the assist on the Lowry goal with that screenshot that was tipped. TJ Gagliardi over the line, coming up on Jay Harrison. Gagliardi to the corner now, met there by Harrison. Frolik back to the point. Postma holding, shooting one. Wide of a screened Hudobin. Played again by Klitzum. Fed along by Gagliardi. Inside it goes. Tim Gleason tied up by Adam Lowry. They grind along the boards. Harrison is there for Carolina. Gagliardi now for the rookie Lowry. Lowry, who has scored his first NHL goal tonight, tries to get away from Tim Gleason. Given a tug. Frolik again back to the point. It's Zach Bogosian. He'll go deep. Cut off by Jay McClement. Good defensive position. The Hurricanes now survive.
See, that's, I think, the experience of McClement. You climb back in the game. It's late in the period. Don't turn the puck over. If you just hold on to it, you're going to have some time to make a play. Puck possession, eventually get off here.
Finally get it out of their own zone. Flipped ahead by Yuri Talusti. Has the Canes goal tonight so far. Enstrom gets help from Scheifele. They grind now along the boards. It pops out as we see. Semin is there for Carolina. Alex Semin goes to work. They grind his way down the boards. Broken up. Matthew Perreault. Wedged by Nash. Carried out by Blake Wheeler. And off they go. Scheifele with good speed. Moving up on Sekera. Wheeler's shot tipped wide by Justin Falk. Played along the boards now. To the point. Enstrom from Scheifele going wide. Bogosian. He'll dangle. Walk in. He shoots one. Caught by Anton Hudobin.
I would bet between periods it will be mentioned the Hurricanes have to do a better job of getting in the shooting lanes when the Winnipeg defensemen are trying to make a play at the point. Let's watch here, left side of your screen. Watch Talusti. Stop it right here, guys. Look at him overstep his lane. Boom, leads to a good chance, and Hudobin with the snare.
Shots 10-8 in favor of Winnipeg. And goals from Andrew Ladd and Adam Lowry. Yuri Talusti on the power play for Carolina. Sekera reverses again for his partner, Justin Falk. Stretch pass, Lindholm is away. Elias Lindholm pulls up, thinks about it. Pass negated by Stewart. Now Rask can't handle it. Victor Rask tied up, knocked down a bit by Andrew Ladd. Ladd plays it tough along the wall. So does Rask. It's broken up here by Brian Little, and away they go. Dustin Byfuglien scales it in for Winnipeg. Along the boards now, getting to it here as it's dumped out by Brett Belmore all the way back in the Jet zone. We go D to D. Bogosian gets it from Enstrom. Chipped along by Dustin Byfuglien, and the Jets will change on the fly.
Amazing. Enstrom drafted way over 200th overall back in 2003 by Hurricanes now president Don Waddell.
Now Gagliardi hit by Ron Hainsey. Michael Frolik tied up along the wall by McClement. It pops out. Carolina back out to center ice. You're looking at Zach Boychuk. At his side, Chris Terry. Terry now with his head on the swivel goes deep on Enstrom. Boychuk out of the corner holding onto it. Zach Boychuk stopping and starting. Inside it goes Jay McClement off the paddle of Ondrej Pavelec and played here by TJ Gagliardi, who floats it out. It's a foot race. Harrison, as we see, gets there ahead of Frolik, who comes up with the puck. His pass detected by Riley Nash. He gets help here by Brad Malone, who attempts to get it out. And it's good to see him back. Riley Nash now will play it and take a seat. Hit hard by Jacob Trouba.
Trouba has really looked to finish every check he can in this first period. 2 or 3 times on Skinner. Now Nash gets to come back at him.
They double team Trouba, who goes back at Riley Nash. 3 abreast. Come the Jets. Wheeler in the zone, just wide of Hudobin. All the way back out to center ice. Trouba, head of Nash. A pick thrown by the referee, Gord Dwyer. Brad Malone bumped a bit from behind by Wheeler, but he got it in.
Good to see Malone back, and it's good to see Riley Nash. I don't remember him ever playing with this edge he has right now.
Scheifele crisscrossing, no friends to pass to. Knocked down by Sekera. Played here by Rask. Back out to center, 39 seconds left in the opening period. Skinner, a couple of cracks at it, and he gets it deep. Zach Bogosian moves it along. Litter. Out for Ladd, his shot caught by Anton Hudobin. We get a stoppage of play.
We've been talking a lot about 20 and White for the Hurricanes. Let's talk about him again. Jacob Trouba, I think the puck is just left, so I think it's a good hit. It's right on the verge of whether the puck had departed the seat, but he comes back at Jacob Trouba. Trouba had also hit Skinner a couple times in this period. Riley Nash is not known for that. That's good to see.
25 and a fraction left to go in this first period. Ladd, Little, and Byfuglien for Winnipeg. Clement wins it back. Justin Falk, Ondrej Sekera on the back end. It's steered out by Chris Terry. You see it come back. Tobias Enstrom now is an excellent skater. He'll wheel out to the center zone. 14 seconds left in the period. He gets it in. It eludes Anton Hudobin. Played this way by Justin Falk. Shots 11 for the Jets, 9 taken by Carolina. 2 quick goals within the first 2:37 of period 1. Andrew Ladd and Adam Lowry with his first NHL goal, answered on the power play by Jiri Tlusty. Ron Hainsey will be Trip Tracy's guest when he kicks off the PNC Bank first intermission. We also have an installment of Mic'd Up, which features number 65. Winnipeg 2, Carolina 1 after 20. The boys hit the ice, and we're just about ready for the start of the second period here in Winnipeg. And before we do, let's take a look at the first period numbers brought to you by Buffalo Brothers. Aw, man, now I want wings. The Hurricanes, as we take a look at some of these numbers, the power play continues to be a big story early in the season. And also in terms of faceoffs, well, Winnipeg had the edge. Carolina, as we pointed out, the #1 team right now in terms of faceoff acumen in the NHL. John Forslund, Trip Tracy, along with our fine crew back at MTS Center here in Winnipeg. We begin 4 straight through Western Canada. We're in Calgary on Thursday night. Canes and Flames. It will start on Sports South with Hurricanes Live at 8:30 Eastern Time. And the following night will be in Edmonton before closing a week from tonight in Vancouver. Anton Hudobin stung for 2 goals quickly in period 1 within 2:37. 2 goals scored in the span of 40 seconds by Adam Lowry and Andrew Ladd. Jiri Tlusty scoring on the power play for the Hurricanes. Tlusty has the puck. He sets up Ondrej Sekera, who stepped out of the lineup for 1 game, returning here tonight. Ondrej Pavelec puts it on a tee for Zach Bogosian.
It would have been icing with Pavelec coming out to play that puck. Let's see if Carolina can take advantage.
A steal, Semin out in front, nobody home. Knocked down by Brian Little. At the point, Jay Harrison. Jay McClement, Alexander Semin get mixed up on that play, and now it's Toby Enstrom with a shot blocked by Jay Harrison. Enstrom gets it back. He'll feed it deep. Blake Wheeler on a line change. Throws on the break, sets up Scheifele, who fans on it. And in control now, the Hurricanes pass back out to center ice. Matthew Perreault, headmans for Blake Wheeler. Drop pass for Perreault. Perreault to the outside. He'll throw a little bit of snow. Lay it all the way back for Klitzum. Grant Klitzum for Matthew Perreault, who turns it along the boards for Mark Scheifele. He'll front the play. Scheifele plays it along the boards intended for Matthew Perreault. Defending for the Hurricanes is Tim Gleason. Now Wheeler coming together with Jay McClement. Chris Terry elevates that puck out to dead center.
But you can't get off with a long second period change. And further to go to the bench.
Wheeler with a steal. He'll close in off of Hudobin holding that goal post, and now it's played again by Blake Wheeler. Matthew Perreault back to the point for Paul Postma. Perreault inside again. They grind a cycle with Wheeler. Blake Wheeler flushed out a bit by Lindholm, who plays the body on Postma. Jay McClement comes across. Elias Lindholm lays it back for Tim Gleason, and away they go. Gleason played ruggedly that time by Michael Frolik. And he jammed right in front of the penalty benches, and now it's played here by Carolina's Chris Terry. Terry with a shot. It sails off a stick, off Trouba, off the glass, but stays in play. Jacob Trouba down low, starts again.
Harrison and Gleason were exhausted again. Second period, you have further to go to the bench. Lindholm was the one fresh skater. He made the key play coming out of the Carolina end. Eventually, they get the change they need.
Brett Belmore in the center zone. Now Ron Hainsey across for Lindholm. He turns it over to Klitzum. With a cross-corner dump in. It stays off the glass and in. Belmore flushed out a bit by Gagliardi. Ron Hainsey reverses for Jeff Skinner. Trouba plays it. He'll play it along the boards and keep it deep. Moving in is Matt Halischuk. He's negated by Ron Hainsey. Victor Rask in pretty good defensive position, and now Brett Belmore will play it along the boards, golfed out by Skinner. Carolina attempts to get it out, and now they will. Jeff Skinner is away. That's a little back pressure from Jimmy Slater. It's all the way in for Trouba, and they start over once again.
And the Hurricanes right along the wall, right inside their own blue line, need to show more confidence or need to have that second man in support. They're not a big team. Maybe they need that second guy coming underneath.
Little dump and chase here. Andre Sekera back on it for Carolina. Full flight, the rookie, Patrick Brown. After a little stint, 2 games with Charlotte in the American Hockey League. He's back. Enstrom now, muscled by Brown. Played along the boards momentarily by Brad Malone. Andrew Ladd turns it over to Ryan Murphy. They start again.
And a good step up there from Falk because a defenseman playing forward tonight. Murphy was there to bail them out.
Here's Brad Malone. He'll make a cut. Forge it in off Pavlik. Get it back to himself. Off Pavlik again. Out in front. A little stick battle. Won that time by Brian Little. Out come the Jets. You're looking at Andrew Ladd with one of their 2 tonight. Pulling up, Dustin Byfuglien. Byfuglien plays it behind the back in deep. Harrison moves it for Carolina. Brad Malone looks around. He's greeted, as we see it from ice level, by Brian Little. Now Ryan Murphy turned it over to Brian Little, who traps the zone. Harrison plays it off for Gleason. Underneath it, but not out, is Brown. Byfuglien with a steal. Dustin Byfuglien now, defended by Tim Gleason. He sets up Scheifele to the outside. What a stop by Hudobin.
What a save. Puck management is so important in this league. Gleason and Harrison worked a very nice controlled breakout. Harrison over to Gleason. Brown was in the middle right here. He couldn't handle it. Good job of pressuring with 2 men. Remember I talk about the second guy from Winnipeg. They caused the turnover, line change, poise, and it's Scheifele trying to find the high glove. Big save.
Scheifele, Perreault, and Blake Wheeler for Paul Maurice. Bill Peters has the forward line of Riley Nash, Yuri Tlusty, and Alexander Semin on the ice. This one comes all the way back. Icing is called here against the Hurricanes. Jeff Skinner, take a look at some numbers for his first period.
I thought he was nervous, especially on that first goal. High in that lane defensively, but then Trouba hit him, and I thought his game started to show a build to it. And so let's see if he's more comfortable in this second period, playing with Rask and Lindholm.
Matthew Perreault, a natural center, will take this draw against Riley Nash. Hainsey and Belmore back for Carolina. On defense for Winnipeg, it's Mark Stewart and Jacob Trouba. They play a great deal out of the corner. Nash for Belmore. He'll move it. Ron Hainsey has some time. A long pass intended that time for Nash. Stewart back out to center Perreault. Here's Blake Wheeler. He'll get it behind the Carolina defense. Ron Hainsey readies for Blake Wheeler. In support of him is Mark Scheifele. He digs it out. Scheifele holding onto it after a stellar rookie season. He goes to work on Yuri Tlusty. Scheifele down low. Along the boards, Trouba with a pinch hit by Nash. Out of the pileup, Scheifele at his side. Wheeler in for Perreault. Now back to the point. Trouba holding, shooting one. Off a body. Glancing off the combination of Tlusty and Nash. Now Semin can't get it out. And now it's played here by Belmore. Inside again. Nash in back of the goal holding onto it. And again, Carolina will reorganize.
Hurricanes need 7 to win that battle. The Scheifele center line, they're good on the forecheck right now. Boy, are they ever.
At the line, Gagliardi steps in. Frolik was offside. We get a break in play.
Especially when a line with Wheeler, with Scheifele, with Perreault, who was playing center but has now shifted to wing, a former teammate of Simmons in Washington. He's strong enough to win that battle. Scheifele's not as strong as Alex Semin. You're going to win that. Especially when you need to get the puck out in second periods. Those are the little things in the game you need along the wall.
Still looking for his first goal now. Klitzum will wind it past Hudobin. He'll melt it down, get a face-off with 14:31 left in the second period.
There's so many things in the game of hockey you cannot control, but one thing you can control is your work. And most players that I've ever talked to, Ron Francis, Selke winner, best defensive forward in the league. Rod Brindamore, Selke winner, best defensive forward in the league. They say what is being a good defensive forward starts and ends with work.
Yeah. And we said at the beginning tonight, that's what Bill Peters wants consistently out of everybody. So we'll see how this moves along. Along the boards now. Played here by Jay McClement, dancing out to center, moving up on Paul Postma. We'll do a little stutter step off Pavlik. It stays out. Played here by Zach Boychuk. He's nullified slightly by TJ Gagliardi. Now down deep. Turning with it is Jay McClement. He's muscled by Paul Postma out of the corner. McClement attempts to leave it there in a cycle, but it's broken up by Michael Frolik and dumped out to neutral ice. Adam Lowry was taken down off the puck, and a penalty is being called here against Carolina.
Already has his
Carolina
first
penalty,
NHL
27,
goal.
2 minutes interference.
And now Falk, a key penalty killer, will be in the box for interference. Was in the neutral zone. Let's watch for 17. 27, engage, right side of your screen. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Winnipeg still looking for their first power play goal of the season. Matthew Perreault, Andrew Ladd, Brian Little, Toby Enstrom, and Dustin Byfuglien. Group of 5 for Paul Maurice. Carolina's Riley Nash. He and Yuri Tlusty up front. Harrison and Gleason are back. Puck battle off the draw. Little for Winnipeg. Back to the point. Cradled by Dustin Byfuglien. A wrister. It would have been a high stick on Matthew Perreault. Now it's set up for Toby Enstrom. Perreault gets it back, given a shove by Harrison. Ryan Little inside for Ladd. Andrew Ladd given a shoulder by Gleason. Harrison is there too. Now Matthew Perreault jumps on it. Byfuglien at the point. Moves it along for Perreault. Inside, Brian Little. He'll stretch it out. Nash guarding him. Up top, Byfuglien. Here it comes. Stopped by Anton Hudobin.
See, Anton does not get rattled by traffic. You know, he just finds the puck. If there's a little contact, it's not going to stop him from doing his job. Watch Anton Hudobin's head here. Byfuglien with a big shot. That's contact. That would have been goalie interference for me had that puck gone in the net. But he still makes the save and holds on.
Now Jay McClement given the responsibility of winning this faceoff. He and Brad Malone up front for Carolina. They have Brett Belmore, Andre Sekera on the back end. McClement wins it back. Sekera moves it. Enstrom at the point. He'll shove it ahead for Ladd. Inside, Brian Little away from Brett Belmore. Little lays it off for Matthew Perreault. Back again, Enstrom, point to point. Byfuglien thinks about it. Here's Perreault holding. Shooting one through bodies and wide. Out of the corner, Brian Little. Pass intended for Andrew Ladd. Getting to it is Dustin Byfuglien. It goes off a couple of sticks. Along the boards, dug out by Winnipeg's Brian Little. Out of the four-man scrum now. Belmore moves in for the Canes. They continue to battle with that much time left in the power play. 12:50 left in the second period. Matthew Perreault. Indirect pass for Toby Enstrom. He'll dance at the point on McClement. Lay it back for Ladd. Andrew Ladd now slows it down from the wall. Enstrom all the way across. Byfuglien off the skate, broken up by Malone, and out they go. Brad Malone, little back heat from Andrew Ladd, who tackles Malone, and play will continue.
Good straightaway speed Malone has. Good to see him back after getting shaken up in the first period. The big block was from Sekera.
Scheifele broken up by Harrison along the boards, forked out of the zone by Riley Nash. Coming across here is Jacob Trouba. 12 seconds left in the power play. Here's their final push. Intended for Blake Wheeler. It rolls in on Gleason. He turned it over. Frolik in control with Scheifele out in front. Now he's along the boards. He has it. Mark Scheifele. Zach Bogosian around the clock. Trouba. Trouba looking for a tip off the pad of Hudobin. Not out. Frolik for the shot block. Gleason going down along with Harrison. And the Jets clear it out of play. 11:54 left to go in the second period. Anton Hudobin and the Hurricanes kill it off. 2-1, Winnipeg. Well, during Hurricanes Live tonight, we talked about the importance of shot blocking, and we're seeing it here.
And it's also one of our game keys. This is a key block here on Perreault with good tight coverage from Sekera, taking away time and space. And then Gleason, right as play return to even strength, taking away and anticipating low on Frolik, and then a stick from a Hurricane player on the rebound chance. And I think this game, the momentum is there for the taking right now.
It's a hard-edged intangible. You see Carolina by 1 in terms of blocks tonight as Skinner moves it ahead. Victor Rask, Jeff Skinner, Elias Lindholm. That's the forward line for Carolina. Scheifele's group is out for the Jets. Wheeler, skate to stick, didn't work. Now he gets after it. Blake Wheeler on Ron Hainsey, a drop pass picked off by Jeff Skinner. They reorganize from their own zone. A stretch pass detected beautifully by Jacob Trouba. Trouba's in the zone. Moving up quickly on Belmore. Moving one wide, going down in the process, and now it's played here. And just pushed out the center ice by Victor Rask.
See, just inside the defensive wall, Skinner makes a play. You don't always have to go forward. He goes back towards the net, buys time, nearly converts a transition pass, and then Rask is able to get it out with his stick. Two different ways to execute relieving pressure.
Ron Hainsey with his head up. Stretch pass for Patrick Brown. This way, Ryan Murphy. He'll dust it off. Murphy moves it across. Havlik shuts the door on Alex Semin.
Great feed from Ryan Murphy on the delayed penalty sequence. Boy, oh boy. That nearly was Semin's first goal of the season.
Winnipeg penalty number 5, 2 minutes.
Power play will go to work. It's going to be a high stick on Mark Stewart, his second trip to the box. Let's watch 5. Could have been interference, but they call a high stick. The referee's on the mark, and then Murphy finds Semin for a super chance, and Havlik anticipates getting over from right to left.
Well, he's been in the box a couple of times tonight. Paul Maurice will take a look at Carolina's third power play with power play strike from Yuri Tlusty. Alexander Semin with a shot off the stick of Zach Bogosian. Loose this way. Jimmy Slater cuts across. It goes in the screen. We'll see where they put the face-off.
You win the face-off and your power play can go right to work. This puck goes off a Carolina player and then into the netting, so that face-off will be properly positioned in the neutral zone. Semin's going to be way wide here. If you can win the draw, Murphy will try to find him again for an immediate entry. He's way at the top of the screen is Semin.
Jimmy Slater for Winnipeg and Riley Nash for Carolina on the face-off. Here's Semin fanning on a pass, broken up by TJ Gagliardi. That forces an offside and another break.
That nearly worked out. The Hurricanes didn't win the draw clean. Semin's going to do the same thing on the other side. So if you can win the face-off, and here Nash should be in a better position to do it, because watch the top of his stick. It's nowhere near the linesman. See it right there? That's when a centerman has the most leverage to win the draw.
Face-off won by Nash. Ryan Murphy, Alex Semin, Chris Terry, Yuri Tlusty join him on this power play. Quartet of killers for the Jets. Brian Little, Andrew Ladd up front with Enstrom and Bogosian back. He's play to the corner as we see. Batted down with a high stick, thus the stoppage.
Well, you look at, as Duke Energy brings it to us, what Skinner did on the power play last year, and in particular after the Olympic break, when he was on a unit with Lindholm and Nash. I know Harrison was on that unit. Andrei Loktionov, I believe, was on that unit, and they caught fire.
Off this face-off, it comes back again for Fulk. Looking for Rask. Blitzham is there for Winnipeg. Now a battle at the point. Skinner helps out Fulk. But it pops all the way back as we see, and Carolina regroups. Andrej Sekera retreating back in his own zone. 70 seconds left in the power play. Just about halfway through this one. 2-1 Winnipeg here at MTS Center. Version of 4 here in Western Canada. Games at Calgary on Thursday night. And a reminder, we're on Sports South for that one. Mark Scheifele shied away from Andrej Sekera. He rolled it in on Anton Khudobin.
And it was a couple of nights ago that the Calgary Flames trailed by 1 goal going into the second period against these Jets in this building. And they found a way to come back and win the game to end a very good road trip.
Won the game 4-1. Started their season 4 up and 3 down. They play at home tonight against Tampa Bay. See Carolina on Thursday. Tampa Bay losing last night to Edmonton, who won for the first time this season. As Khudobin now legally in that trapezoid with 25 seconds left in the power play. They come out to center ice. Semin losing control. Murphy again. Ryan Murphy away from TJ Cagliardi. He'll wipe it in. Holding it up for a brief second, Ondrej Pavelec now played here along the boards by Semin. Inside Tuloski, top of your screen. Ryan Murphy races across. Harrison goes wide, goes between the wickets of Nash. In control, Tuloski. Pressured a bit by Toby Enstrom as Mark Stewart is out of the box. Even strength. Jay Harrison. Inside the turning stick, Alexander Semin. His shot off a stick, it goes astray. Played by Mark Stewart, and the Jets attempt to get it out.
Good hit there from Semin, an illegal one.
Played the body nicely that time on Jimmy Slater. Jay Harrison shifting with it. Pickpocketed by Dustin Byfuglien. It goes high. Ryan Murphy back to play it. It's help from Harrison. And away they go. Nash skate to stick. Boychuk. Drop pass for Brad Malone. A tight turn on Andrew Ladd. He's thwarted a bit. He stays with it. Battle won by Ladd. Back out to neutral ice. Moved off the boards and deep by Dustin Byfuglien. Brett Belmore's back on it. Icing is called here.
This is going to be a key face-off coming up here. Winnipeg just getting through that Carolina power play. Always might think about his time out here. Depends, I'm sure he will gauge just how tired everybody is on the ice. Hurricanes and Jay McClement want to take this draw immediately.
There have been only 3 shots in the period, 2 taken by Carolina. McClement and Little on the face-off. Jay McClement, Ron Hainsey. Arister kicked out with a purpose by Ondrej Pavelec. Right here by Andrew Ladd. Center zone a drop-off. Little, now Byfuglien. Dustin Byfuglien on Belmore. Moves it across, off a stick. Played by Carolina's Jay McClement, deep in his own zone. He gets help from Ron Hainsey. A reverse. Belmore on the wall, Malone, and back out. Broken up by his opposite number, Grant Clitsome, who clears it in.
Clitsome in the lineup tonight. Melishchuk in the lineup. The changes that Winnipeg has made. Of the 2 goals Winnipeg has scored, 3 points have come from defensemen, including Clitsome.
Back out to center. Long stretch pass intended for Jeff Skinner. Stays in play. Played now by Mark Stewart and back of Pavelec. Carolina jumping on it. Skinner out of the corner from Brown. Adam Lowry is there with a shove on Skinner. Patrick Brown along the boards grinding for Carolina. The crowd enjoys the physical play as they continue that scrum. A hog-tied situation here for Skinner as he was bear-hugged by Jacob Trouba. Play comes to a halt.
Trouba has tried to really agitate Jeff Skinner throughout the first half of this hockey game. And that's what Jacob Trouba should do. I mean, it's so good to see Skinner back, but if you're playing against him, you want to make his night as difficult as possible, especially if you know the nature of the injury he's returning from.
Got to pay a price. Boys do here. Trouba, Skinner, Brown, all getting it done along the boards. We're back. Winnipeg, 1 guilty party out of the scrum. It's Jeff Skinner.
He was entangled with Jacob Trouba. I thought they might both have gone off, but another Jet power play and a good chance.
Second power play for Winnipeg. Brad Malone held in by Dustin Byfuglien. He'll move down the boards on McClement. Byfuglien goes deep. Double teamed by Falk and McClement. Jay McClement in control and directly off the boards, and they kill some time early. See the situation on the power play. The time here in the second period. Don and Tripp with you as always. Tonight on Fox Sports Carolina. Blake Wheeler moving up. He'll circle the wagon. Center one off Andrej Sekera, who plays it well. Back to the point, Byfuglien. Point to point now. Toby Enstrom looking for Blake Wheeler. Play it off the end wall for Ladd. Tight quarters, nobody home out in front. Enstrom this way for Byfuglien. Big shot off the body, off Wheeler. Little with a shot, and Khudobin got across. Dustin Falk now will kill time all the way down to Andre Pavlik.
Goalies move so well laterally in this league. If you can't one-time the puck, you can't score. Even if you get a lot on it. Boy, Hudobin there with an explosive push and then the high blocker save.
Under a minute left as we see on the Jet power play. Mark Scheifele in control. We'll start from his own territory for Matthew Perreault. Perreault at the line. The roadblock is Harrison, so he gets it deep. Tim Gleason looks around, pressured by Michael Frolik. Frolik attempts to dig it out. Harrison out of the corner. Plays it well, but it's stolen again by Frolik and Mark Scheifele. Inside, Tim Gleason. Along the boards, Patrick Brown has to win this battle, but bearing down on him was Zach Bogosian. Out of the corner, Gleason ties up Frolik. You see the scrum, and they continue that battle. Out of that net, Patrick Brown attempts to dig it out for Carolina. Scheifele for the Jets. 17 seconds in the power play. Bogosian, one-timer, Trouba wide, and it's played here by Riley Nash right off the boards in front of the Winnipeg bench, and it stays in play.
At the end of the shift, too. And Harrison and Gleason, heavy minutes here, killing penalties and some long shifts in their own end. They needed to get off the ice, and Nash allowed them to do it.
Skinner's out of the box. Even terms on the ice where it counts. Winnipeg by 1. Belmore back out to the center zone. Former Nashville Predator Matt Halischuk broken up here by Ron Hainsey. A long pass off the stick of Bogosian, and it comes all the way back. Jacob Trouba is on it. And the Michiganda will attempt to move it along the boards. Hainsey moving up here for Carolina. Out of that scrum, they continue to battle. Under 5 minutes left in the second period. This is TJ Gagliardi. Thwarted in the center zone by Skinner, but Gagliardi springs Halischuk. Here he comes. His shot from a tough angle. Intended for Adam Lowry out in front. Now at the point, Klitzum. Inside over the stick of Lowry, played by Carolina's Brett Belmore. Gagliardi winds it off the paddle of Anton Hudobin. In control now, capturing the puck is Jeff Skinner, and away he goes. He pulls up at the line and gets it deep.
Halischuk was alone from everybody. Good shift for him. Paul Maurice says he puts him in the lineup because he knows the system so well that Winnipeg plays. He can do everything at full throttle.
Grant Klitzum coming back with his college hockey at Clarkson. Away now for Paul Postma. A loose play. Terry, a steal to the outside. Chris Terry off bodies off Paul Postma. Wojciech, nobody home out in front. Stolen by Brian Little. And the Jets survive this sequence and get it out. Out to center ice, Dustin Byfuglien in the zone now with Ladd. Good back pressure by the Hurricanes, and here they come. On the transition, Wojciech is shot off the stick of Trouba. And it goes out of play. 3:42 left to go in the second period. After a slow start tonight, Anton Hudobin responds in a big way. Take a look at the Hurricanes' teeth-rattling check of the game presented by Dr. Tom Long, team dentist for the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, we saw a very physical first period both ways. Against two teams that used to be division rivalries in the Southeast, but now only play each other twice a year, a home and home. But still that familiarity, and I love the edge in particular for Riley Nash because he's not known for it. Started a road trip. That'll get the whole bench going.
Jets are in Raleigh on November 13th. Byfuglien ambles in on Falk. Has a step, walks in. He scores! Dustin Byfuglien makes it 3-1 Winnipeg.
You have to have focus from start to finish in every shift. Watch Falk here. Byfuglien's going to get out. He's almost 300 pounds. He has phenomenal speed, as you see in the way he creates separation. Was going to be a penalty. And he has so much speed, it's tough for Hudobin to match it, and he's a dead duck when you can't match the speed. But that's all about Falk maybe feeling big 33 coming, not being able to handle a bouncing puck, and Byfuglien being ready to start that face-off on time from where he was at on the hash marks.
And he's a forward now for good. At least that's the stance here by Paul Maurice and the Winnipeg Jets. Bounced around as a defenseman, a forward, an elite skater for a man that big, as you point out. Dustin Byfuglien with his second goal of the season at 16:26. And a 2-goal cushion now for the Winnipeg Jets. Out of the corner, Semin for Nash. Riley Nash pulls up. Good pass for Sekera. His shot fought off by Pavlik. Loose out in front. Mark Scheifele is on it, and out they come. Wheeler elevates the puck. Matthew Perreault ties up Andre Sekera. Jay Harrison moves it along the boards. Coming back to it is Jeff Skinner. Given a shove by Matthew Perreault, he almost turned it over. In the center zone, Adam Lowry on a line change gets back up. It's played in offside by the Jets. And a little bit of a disturbance after the fact.
Well, I'm sure the Hurricanes and Justin Falk will just say this is a bad bounce. Toulouse works so hard to get possession. Puck hops over Falk's stick. And Justin Falk, I watched Friday after the game against the Rangers. The Hurricanes do what's called some back skating drills. They're just skating drills after practice, and Falk was leading the defenseman. That's how good he is with straightaway speed. Byfuglien, a fellow Minnesota native, just left him in the dust. Byfuglien looks to be fitter to me this year, and quicker because of it.
Roseau, Minnesota, which is way up there. But south of here, of course. Now out to center. 2:25 left to go in the second period. Frolik, Gagliardi. Michael Frolik, the roadblock thrown at him from Tim Gleason. Back of the goal. Adam Lowry is on it for the Jets. Bogosian at the point. They move it inside. Victor Rask looking around by Gagliardi. A shove by Skinner on his man Bogosian. Here's Frolik. He'll wind it up. A screen shot wide of Khudobin. Sensing trouble, he covers.
You know, the one other thing on the goal is that, you know, if a puck is bouncing or it's the last 5 minutes of the period, the defenseman can have his hand ready to come down if the blade isn't working. But there, I mean, it looked like Toulouse was able to settle that puck, and it just hopped on Justin, and Byfuglien anticipated it beautifully. You mentioned Byfuglien from Minnesota, but went out and played Prince Albert in the Western Hockey League.
And he took a year off, too, to go fishing. He was like 16. Cool school, too. But he just quit hockey for a while. He's that good. They tried to coerce him to play at different levels, different minor teams, or junior career, but he just said, I'm done. I'm going to shut it down for a bit. He's always been a different guy, and if you could push the right buttons, a phenomenal player.
No question about it. I think he's better suited to be a forward. He was a forward when, of course, he and Joel Quenneville and the Chicago Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup, and he was a big, big part of the Blackhawk power play.
As he ever scored a huge goal in overtime. Game 3 of the Western Conference Final against the San Jose Sharks. Comes all the way in. Postma flushed out here by Zach Boychuk along with Jay McClement. 1:44 left to go in the second period. 3-1 Winnipeg. It's carried out. It's batted down with a high stick. And another stoppage of play.
His teammates love him, too.
Yeah.
Anywhere he's been, they love Dustin Byfuglien, his personality. I'm just sitting here thinking, you know, Minnesota's known for its angling, fishing, the fish, whether it be the walleye, they must have been really biting, or, you know, he played the Western Hockey League, maybe, you know, salmon fishing in the Pacific Northwest to decide to take a year off with the rod and the reel. Paul Maurice has him going here tonight.
1:42 left in the second period. Move on to Calgary after this one tonight. Canes and Flames on Sports South. Starting with Hurricanes live at 8:30 Eastern Time. Face off shortly after 9. The following night, Edmonton and the Oilers. It'll be a 9 o'clock Sports South situation with Hurricanes live. Sakara in the center zone. Semin turns it over again. Enstrom away now for Mark Scheifele. Falk coming across on him. Yuri Tolusti, 2-on-2 with Alex Semin, who has the puck. Tolusti at the line and in. Semin to the front. Tolusti passes across over the stick of Semin, played here by Justin Falk. Turning stick of Yuri Tolusti. Semin holding. Out in front, one pass too many. Now it's played here by Matthew Perreault and back out. Scheifele, possible 2-on-1 with Wheeler, played well by Andre Sakara, who goes down. Scheifele is still on it. 61 seconds left in the period. That's fished out that time by Alexander Semin.
Tough read from Falk. Sakara bailed him out with a good stick. I mean, Justin Falk right now is trying to locate his confidence. And when you are lacking it and you have to make quick reads and execute to hang back or to jump in, you're cooked. You see Falk made the wrong read, didn't have a high forward, so that creates the 2-on-1. Scheifele has very good speed. Sakara is able to anticipate the backhand coming across.
Brian Little and Victor Rask on the faceoff. Little now will get it all the way back. A foot race, it's Skinner. Trouba ahead of him. See the time left in the second period. A high stick. Trouba got it from Skinner. And Jeff will take a seat again.
And Trouba has gotten underneath Jeff's skin. the penalty that Jeff took that was for roughing a few minutes ago as he again was involved with Trouba. I'm not so sure, Jeff. I thought they both deserved to go, but here this is a careless use of the stick.
2 minutes for high sticking.
The stick has got to stay on the ice. And Jeff is a marked man. Everybody knows what an elite goal scorer he is. And the game plan is tonight for Winnipeg and will continue to be to try to get underneath that skin and get him off his game.
Imperative kill for Carolina. 46 seconds left in the second period. Skinner, 2 minutes for high sticking. Banding on it, Harrison. Bufflin on the doorstep. Shut down by Hudobin. Brad Malone up the gut and out. Killing some time early. 35 seconds left here in this second period. Tobias Enstrom will start to quarterback this power play. Center zone Little on the wall. Ladd pestered by Gleason. A good job to get it back out to center. Grant Plitzum now. Toby Enstrom. Coming back, Andrew Ladd, one of 3 goals tonight for Winnipeg. Plitzum over the line, moving up on Harrison. Good play out in front by Gleason, but not out. Bufflin holding onto it. Plitzum again. 5 seconds left in the period. Through legs, it deflects wide. Ladd one more time for Winnipeg. Off Gleason, who plays it well, and that'll do it. Riley Nash will be Trip Tracy's guest when he kicks off the PNC Bank second intermission. The Winnipeg Jets get 1 goal in the second period from Dustin Bufflin. Stretch it out a little bit here after 40 minutes in Winnipeg. It's the Winnipeg Jets 3 and the Carolina Hurricanes 1. Stay tuned for the PNC Bank second intermission right after this on Fox Sports Carolinas. Well, the Hurricanes looking for a big comeback as they start this Western Canadian road swing tonight here in Winnipeg, down by 2 as we approach the third period. We'll get to our Geico quote from Bill Peters. We've got to choose our attitude going on the road. We're going to play 4 good teams, and they are going to be hungry also. His team right now needs to amp it up in this third period after tonight. Remember, the next 2 are on Sports South. You can check your local listings for the channels. Starting with Hurricanes live at 8:30 from the Saddle Dome. Canes and Flames Thursday. Canes and Oilers on Friday. Finishing in Vancouver. Back here on Fox Sports Carolinas on Tuesday night.
Well, the team sports and the teams in those team sports that are most successful care about and love each other. I mean, look at the way Daryl Sutter, right now the Stanley Cup winning coach of the Stanley Cup winning LA Kings, talks about the way the Kings care about one another. And when you're on the road for a long period of time, as the Hurricanes are going to be, you have some new faces, you have some young players. It gives you the chance to expedite that process. You're not going home, you're going either to be with a roommate or to be in the same hotel, have a team dinner or two. And you have to develop that love where you're willing to sacrifice for everybody else in that dressing room, because those are the intangibles that win.
Well, a big test here as we kick off this third period. The Jets now attempting to get back on the winning side of things. They have lost 4 in a row. Brian Little to the outside, in control. Winnipeg starting this third period on the power play. Jeff Skinner has 55 seconds left to serve. Going wide, Toby Enstrom. His shot tipped off the stick of Bufflin. It stays out. Now it's played by Brian Little at the top of your screen. Trouba from the point, swallowed by Anton Hudobin, and some pushing and shoving out in front.
We talked about Bufflin and his ties to the Chicago Blackhawks and winning a Stanley Cup early in his career in Buffalo. You know, was a big part of drafting him for Chicago. One of the great minds and old schoolers in the history of the game, Marshall Johnston, long-time director of pro scouting for the Hurricanes, former general manager of the Ottawa Senators. He had a big hand in identifying Dustin Bufflin as a guy to draft.
Nice look at that one, the tip, and Hudobin got a pad to it. Good positioning by Anton Hudobin on the tip attempt by Dustin Bufflin. Trouba going wide again, Enstrom all the way across. Ladd with a shot, stopped again by Hudobin.
You'll see Andre Sekera doing this in Raleigh if you come to a game, and Gerby will do it. Watch Enstrom wearing 39 for Winnipeg and what he does when he receives the puck. Can't quite tell there, but he brings that top hand way down on the shaft of the stick. Helps him control it better than the beautiful seam pass to Ladd.
Pair of 18s on the draw. McClement for Carolina. Little again for Winnipeg. Out of the corner, Brian Little. Back to the point. Jacob Trouba walking the line. Little one more time. Ladd camped out. Good block by Falk. Now it's free for Brian Little. He'll set up shop. Ladd walks it all the way across. Edstrom, he mishit it. It went high. He was free on the back door. Now it's played here by Andrew Ladd out in front. A penalty upcoming. Puck is loose, touched up, and the skirmishing out in front results in a hooking infraction. Carolina going down again. This time it's Andre Sekera.
The Winnipeg forwards in defense, or defensive forwards, have worked very well in the
Carolina
attack
penalty
tonight.
number 4, 2 minutes for hooking.
Enstrom trying to find Ladd, and then Ladd trying to return the favor for a good chance. And even if you don't score, players like Sekera, you can visibly see it, get tired. Let's watch for Forrest's stick. Horizontal. Yeah, it's on the hands. Even if it's underneath, that stick gets parallel. On the hands, it can be a hook, and it was.
It results in a 5-on-3 for 11 seconds. Carolina has yielded one 5-on-3 goal scored by the New York Islanders' Johnny Boychuk on opening night. The Jets have not scored a 5-on-3 situation as of yet. False start off the draw, they'll do it again. 1 second went off the clock. We'll see if they readjust it. Riley Nash will take this draw. He's taking all the important face-offs. He, along with Tim Gleason and Jay Harrison, are out there for Bill Peters. Off the face-off. Harrison wipes into the wall. Battle won by Riley Nash. A good job, and he gets it out.
What an effort from Nash. That's just a high level of compete. Boy, oh boy, I compliment Ron Francis. You know, a former first-round pick of the Oilers, the Hurricanes, being patient with Nash to see him playing the way he is right now.
Conventional 5-on-4. Wheeler out in front. Good stick by Riley Nash. Otherwise, Dustin Byfuglien makes it 4-1.
And remember, he said in the interview between periods, he's proud of, after he and Yuri on the ice right now, after they began the season not killing penalties well as a tandem, doing much better.
Here they come again in the person of Blake Wheeler. He pulls up on Brett Belmore. Belmore on top of Wheeler. In a puck battle, Perreault dug it out. Vacated point position by Byfuglien. He comes all the way back. 69 seconds left in the Winnipeg power play. Matthew Perreault pestered by Belmore. Perreault lays it ahead. He got it back, and now it's Michael Frolik's turn. Moving up on Hainsey. Frolik will circle. Wedged off it nicely by Hainsey, but in support, Matthew Perreault. All the way up top, Zach Bogosian. One-timer, Byfuglien. Oh, mercy. What a block by Brad Malone. Now Byfuglien given a shove by Hainsey without his helmet. Matthew Perreault holding onto it. One-timer, Bogosian stopped by Hudobin.
This is why you have to watch the pregame show. We showed Brad Malone working on shot blocks yesterday. We'll maybe see that through the period. Riley Nash, high hockey IQ and a good stick. High slot. He knows where the open man is. He gets to that lane and is able to prevent Byfuglien from trying to tattoo it home. Then Malone. We saw with felt pucks, they weren't going to hurt guys in practice. Malone and McClement worked on that exact play in practice yesterday.
He felt that one. Now off the draw comes back. Bogosian holding onto it. Little again. High slot. Negated Frolik. Patrick Brown and Riley Nash converge on him. 29 seconds as we see left to go in this power play. Bogosian coming all the way back. They start again. It's moved along. Carried out to center by Winnipeg's Brian Little. This way for Michael Frolik. At his side, Ladd. Andrew Ladd gets by Nash. Negated by Gleason. Helping out is Riley Nash. And again, he'll move it all the way down to Andre Pavlik. 9 seconds left in the power play. Jacob Trouba, the 20-year-old defenseman, away from Michael Frolik. With Ladd at his side this time, he gets a little back heat from McClement. Top of your screen, getting to it is Alex Semin, ahead of Brian Little. Underneath it is McClement, and back out to center ice. Penalties have concluded now. We get back to 5-on-5. Carolina trailing by 2. 16:40 left to go in this third period. Andrew Ladd. Little sweep check by Yuri Talusti, knocked down by Victor Rask. His shot turned out easily by Andre Pavlik. Now Alex Semin inside. Talusti, a shoulder from Stewart. Rask looking for Hainsey, and it comes all the way back out to center ice. Now in control, Belmore back out to center. Talusti holding onto it. Lowry tries to kick it ahead. It's offside at the Carolina line.
Well, we had our crack production staff at practice yesterday, and let's look. This is Jay McClement right here, and he's working with Malone on the two-pad stack. There's Steve Smith. These are felt pucks. You can see how they look different, so they're not going to hurt you in practice. And Malone's right there with him. And it pays off with the big block, two-pad stack style from Steve Smith. There he does it on Byfuglien. I'm sure Steve is very proud.
Justin Falk hinging back out to center ice. Nice read by Michael Frolik. Here they come. Frolik pulls up. One-timer. Postma goes wide. Played here by Zach Boychuk, who lost his balance but got the puck out. Chris Terry ahead of Grant Klitzum. Klitzum along the wall. Carolina getting to it but then losing control. Klitzum tries to clear. Andre Sekera picked off again by Klitzum. And away they go. Frolik given a bump by Sekera on the way through. Lindholm, who's been quiet tonight, given a shove by Adam Lowry. Justin Falk off the boards and back out. Off sticks, off Terry, past Pavlik. And Zach Bogosian is on it here for Winnipeg.
I think Lindholm is putting a lot of pressure on himself.
2-on-1. Halischuk with a shot off the stick of Jay Harrison, and it goes out of play. All right, we have a winner tonight in the Rex Healthcare Tweet the Canes contest. Alicia S. is the winner tonight, and she gets the team-signed stick. Congratulations, Alicia. And congratulations for not only winning the stick, but helping out in a month-long celebration of breast cancer awareness. Toby Enstrom goes inside. Alicia S. No last name, just it's that style, you know what I mean?
John,
like Jay-Z, very similar.
J.F.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Yeah. Maybe not. Now Halischuk goes inside. Along the boards. Thorburn is tied up. It's loose. Getting to it out in front. Just out of the reach that time of the converging. At Halischuk, and away they go. Jay McClement sidesteps Zach Bogosian. He gets it deep. Enstrom ahead of Ryan Murphy. Thorburn on the boards here for Winnipeg. Chris Thorburn. Bump, given a shove that time by McClement. 14:50 left to go in this third period. 3-1 Winnipeg. Halischuk will pushing it off the boards and move it all the way back to Canes.
A rare loss faceoff. He had won 10 of 14 faceoffs through 2 periods. He can win on his backhand, which is easier, but he can win on his forehand too.
Talusti away from Trouba. Now playing it off the boards is Mark Scheifele. This will be icing as the Hurricanes get back to the dot, and we'll swing it back. Coors Light, cold hard facts. We'll take a look at an installment here. We've been talking about face-offs, and here's the proof. Coming into the game tonight, Carolina leading the National Hockey League with that much of a margin over Columbus.
And the way you get over 50% is if you win face-offs for Riley Nash with your forehand. You can win on your backhand. You win that, you're a good face-off.
Ron Hainsey wristing one wide of Andre Pavlik. A golf chance by Matthew Perreault goes off a stick, I believe, and out of play. On a deflection, the face-off will stay put in the Winnipeg zone. They'll talk it over, but it looked like it went off the stick.
Excellent job of huddling by the referees. You can see that the director of officiating, Stephen Walcom, at their preseason training camp, which they have, made that a major priority. This is his better side. He should have a better chance of winning on this side, but he just won it on his forehand on the other.
Riley Nash is number 2, as we saw in that graphic, behind former Hurricane Manny Malhotra. Now the Montreal Canadiens, who's the top face-off man in the league, kicked out by Pavlik. Hainsey shot denied. Here's a chance in the slot. Nash back for Murphy. Murphy now on defense with Hainsey. Hainsey shot through traffic, knocked down by Trouba. Played along for Blake Wheeler, but held in by Ron Hainsey as the Hurricanes looked to mount pressure.
Save of the game by Trouba there on that rebound was a sure goal. Looked to be another one for Yuri Talusti. We know his tape has been hot.
Canes have 2 shots in this period, only 16 shots in the game. Around the boards now, Semin with a turnover to Dustin Byfuglien, but he gets it back. Alex Semin now moving up. Ryan Murphy helping him out. Carolina is changing on the fly. See the time left in this third period. Through the center zone. A loose puck. Controlled by Winnipeg's Brian Little. Stolen by Ryan Murphy. Back the other way they go. Goes off the stick of Chris Terry. And it comes back to Klitzum. He's pressured by Zach Boychuk, but stays with it from the corner. Knocked down by Victor Rask. He's in a tie-up along with Byfuglien. It's loose for Andre Sekera. Sekera holding onto it now, protecting the puck well. Falk holding, shooting one. Off the blocker of Pavlik. Played again by Little. Back for Byfuglien and tapped out to neutral ice. Andrew Ladd is away. Over the line with a shot off the blocker of Anton Khudobin. Played here by Victor Rask. Boychuk encumbered by the feed. Held in by Ladd. One chance. Second chance. Kicked out with a purpose by Khudobin. Loose along the boards and back. Klitzum at the point. Taking a shot. Turning. Frolik. His shot off a stick wide off Rask. Big rebound through the blue and out. It is TJ Cagliardi. And the Hurricanes will escape harm.
Ladd, who told me this morning, I said back in the first period, that so far this season he has been a day late, dollar short with his play. He's been good tonight.
Winnipeg is offside as they cross, and we will step aside. 12:30 left to go in this third period. Jacob Trouba, good stick check that time on Yuri Tlusty. He's giving us more and more reasons to talk about him. Here's Riley Nash.
And it's because of, I think, his second effort, his compete level. You're going to see both right here. Looks like the puck's headed out. Second effort, compete. All of a sudden, you're back on the attack for a good chance. His hockey IQ, and then a good stick. But then you think down the road, you get Eric Stahl and Jordan Stahl back, your two top centermen. And Riley Nash, how much better will he be as your third center when he's playing as an impact guy the way he has so far this season? I mean, it's been terrific and it's been consistent.
Well, then he moves down the ladder in terms of matchups, and as Bill Peters has said to us, that helps out a player like this.
And that's where your team really takes steps. And that's, you never want to see this mass unit of injuries.
Right.
But that's what you look at in the crystal ball where you say, man, down the road, this is where it can really pay off.
And those injured players are here, with the exception, of course, of Jordan Stahl, who's out long term. On the mend and hopefully back soon. Adam Lowry with a shot. Hudobin said no. Loose out in front. Out of the scrum. A penalty is called. Carolina to the box again. This time it's Jay Harrison.
Well, John, I'm going to show you a clip. Remember I said earlier that I think Lindholm's putting too much pressure on himself. He's so young, but he thinks he's got to score. And it has to be more just playing the game the right way. This is him. The puck should be out of the zone. You're already thinking, I'm going to get on the attack. You know, my offensive numbers aren't what I want so far this year. A juicy rebound, and then you see the penalty on the ensuing sequence. There you see, left side of your screen, the stick infraction from Harrison. He did his best to try to avoid that hook.
Hooking call. Hudobin off the draw, melts it down. Another face-off. Just a couple of seconds gone in terms of the power play.
You know, I know I've talked to Rod Brindamore about it for Lindholm. You just have to have the faith. If you play the game the right way and you develop that habit, you're going to be a long-term, really good player on both sides of the puck.
Clean win by Brian Little, but we see it come back in the Winnipeg zone. Jacob Trouba and Toby Enstrom on the points. They have Brian Little, Andrew Ladd, and Dustin Byfuglien up front. And Byfuglien probably will get to point position when they set up in the zone. Up front for Carolina, Riley Nash, Yuri Tlusty with Justin Falk and Andrej Sekera back. Tlusty helping out the D. Right up the gut and out as they kill time early. We're down to 90 seconds on the Winnipeg power play. 11:34 left to go in this third period. You see the shots favoring Winnipeg as it's carried out here by Toby Enstrom. Brian Little scales it hard around. Justin Falk taps it along for Andrej Sekera. Getting to it now is Dustin Byfuglien inside again for Little on a bit of a cycle here. He's checked by Justin Falk. Malone moves it back for Sekera, not out. Enstrom going wide. Trouba. Slap pass for Byfuglien creeping up. Little across. Tic-tac-toe. It stays out. Hudobin run into by Byfuglien, and then Anton Hudobin took a swipe at Dustin Byfuglien as we see it come all the way back.
I think the referee is saying that had that puck gone in that he may have called goalie interference. The referees on the goal line this year are trying to focus less on the puck and more on any type of that contact.
Now it's carried in by Blake Wheeler. Dropping it back to Matthew Perreault. Enstrom. Now Zach Bogosian. Lane taken away by Tlusty. Enstrom with a shot wide. Big rebound off the boards. Gleason gets to it. At the point. Here's a battle won by Enstrom. Wheeler hits it ahead. Scheifele's pass played nicely by Bogosian. Saucer feed for Enstrom. He'll think about a shot. Now he sets up Bogosian. Slap pass again, encumbering Perreault. Broken up by Tlusty. And away go the Canes. This is Riley Nash. Short-handed, crisscrossing. Losing control with 7 seconds left on the Winnipeg power play. Blake Wheeler through center ice. Gains entry with Matthew Perreault. Wheeler from the corner. Thwarted a bit here. Falk takes over for Carolina. He'll get it out. Penalty has concluded. Harrison out of the box. And Winnipeg stifled again on a man-power advantage. Here's Ron Hainsey. Hainsey moving up on Klitzum. Semin loads the gun. He took too long. It goes well wide. Now it's carried back out to center ice. Skinner knocking it back for Ryan Murphy. Murphy in control back out to center ice. And Gagliardi attempts to get it deep.
Well, 7 defensemen dressed. Murphy started as a forward, down 2 goals, now a defenseman.
Now Skinner with a shot. Blocker down by Pavlik. Played here by Michael Frolik and back out. Over the stick of TJ Gagliardi. Ryan Murphy looks it over. Moves it all the way across. A slow developing play. Frolik sends it back for Mark Stewart. Off the boards and back out Murphy. Broken up by Winnipeg's Jacob Trouba. He'll gain center, now gain the zone and get it deep.
In situational hockey, you want Murphy playing defense right now. He gives you a better chance playing on the blue line to come back from a 2-goal deficit. Never would have happened, though, if he doesn't dress and you go with 6 deep.
To the center zone, Boychuk. Broken up by Chris Thorburn. He'll move it back for Trouba. Here's Jimmy Slater, the energy center. Paul Maurice's attack as he clears it in. Thorburn, top of your screen, run into by Tim Gleason. Stolen here by Boychuk. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Terry, Boychuk now, broken up by Klitzum. Comes all the way back in the zone. Terry off the paddle. Gleason punches one wide. Knocked down by Zach Boychuk. Boychuk given a tug that time by Postma, but he got away with it. Played here by Victor Rask. Moving in the skates of Tim Gleason. His pass detected on the way through by Halischuk, who attempts to get it out. Boychuk a steal. Back it goes. Harrison off sticks. It trickles wide. Terry was jamming out in front. Chris Terry crunched by Winnipeg's Jim Slater. Now Rask for Carolina. Walks it in back of the goal. Up top. Gleason walking the line now. Turning his Rask. He'll front the play. His shot easily detected by Andre Pavlik. 8:04 left to go in the third period. Another chance for the Winnipeg Jets. And a good defensive stick by Andre Sekera. We're back. Preseason game, a hit by Matt Niskanen early in the game. A concussion, missing the first 4. Back for the first time tonight. You see the numbers. But it's been kind of a mixed bag. He's done some good things with the puck, but the penalties, a little bit of frustration shown too.
He's getting in living color a blueprint of the way teams have to play against him with as dangerous as he is.
Semin taken down by Brian Little. The end result will be a Carolina power play now with 7:54 left in this third period.
Semin, who I think has had another ordinary night,
Winnipeg penalty. Number 18,
held the
2 minutes.
offensive
Okay.
blue line and is able to draw the hooking fraction. Let's watch it here. The little move to the middle. Nice look at the fact that Brian Little, the former Barry Colts stick, was right between the legs of Simmons. And for a guy like Simmons, this is where he can make up for it right now with a trigger on a power play.
Still time, just under 8 minutes off the draw. Terry at the point. Ryan Murphy. Chris Terry now encumbered a bit. He'll skate the stick. Turning here is Yuri Talusti. Talusti guarded by Slater up top. Trouba down low. Here's Murphy. Ryan Murphy in the high slotted give back that time by Semin. Terry. Talusti. Talusti controlling that puck. Chris Terry walking the line. Now Talusti again had to get it from his skates. Chris Terry with a wrister through traffic wide of Pavlik. Played here by Yuri Talusti, who has Carolina's goal tonight, which came in the power play. Short-handed come the Jets. Gagliardi off the stick of Anton Hudobin. Out of the corner, Chris Terry now will settle it down. They have 1:19 left with this power play.
Terry with that silent wrist shot or snap shot. He scored on Lundqvist with it. You can't hear it coming. It's dangerous.
Murphy checked by Blake Wheeler. Out of the corner, getting to it is Toby Enstrom. He's nullified by Alex Semin. 63 seconds left in this power play. Out of that pile-up, they continue to grind. It pops out. It's held in by Chris Terry. He'll swing it off the skate of Wheeler, and it comes all the way back. Chris Terry now will settle it down in the center zone. Cross-ice pass by Zach Bogosian all the way back in the Jets' end. Enstrom gets to it. He'll hammer one and kill time.
Wheeler, I really think he's been a good addition here to this Winnipeg Jets team. Made the Olympic team for the United States last year. A big man like Buffalo who can skate.
Andre Sekera drops it back to Victor Rask. The rookie makes a move on Stewart. Glove down by Falk. All the way across Sekera. Off the stick of Ladd. Trouba defending on his man, Jeff Skinner. They grind along the board. 16 seconds left in the power play. Skinner digs it out. Falk awaiting at the point, holding onto it. Swinging across for Sekera. Off Ladd. Now Lindholm. Elias Lindholm for Sekera. Elias Lindholm closing the gap. His shot off a stick wide off Rask. And now Brian Little is back on the ice. Winnipeg has killed it off. It's carried out here by Frolik, and the stretch pass momentarily picked off by Falk, but he lost the battle a little. Overskated by Michael Frolik, and the Hurricanes will settle it down. 5:38 left to go in this third period here at MTS Center in Winnipeg. First of 4 straight in Western Canada. We're in Calgary on Thursday night. We will start on Sports South with Hurricanes Live at 8:30 Eastern Time from the Saddle Dome. Falk moves it across for Boychuk. He's flying. Zach Boychuk's pass off the stick of McClement, who got it back, shut down by Pavlik, and no further play. 5:17 left to go in this third period. We're going down the stretch in Winnipeg. Peters looks on late here in Winnipeg. Let's recap our storm tracker tonight.
Well, starting the game on time. Second goal was a tough break for the Hurricanes. We're down 2-0, 2:37 in a tough building. Quickness versus size. Dustin Byfuglien's goal shows that some people can actually bring both and block shots. I thought the Hurricanes struggled with that, specifically on the first goal. It was scored by Ladd up high. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, but Winnipeg has been good in those 3 categories.
They send out Rask, Boychuk, and Terry with Harrison and Murphy back. Through the middle, cut off by Jay Harrison. Moved along by Blake Wheeler. Rask swings it back out to neutral ice. Boychuk is camped out, but Klitzum got there. Matthew Perreault now will dump it in on a delayed offside. Under 5 minutes left in this third period. Shots 25-20 Winnipeg. Where it counts, they lead by a pair. Over the line now, cross-corner dump by Chris Terry. Getting to it here is Klitzum. He gets some support from Dustin Byfuglien, who has the goal that stretched it out in the second period. Byfuglien shifting gears. Scheifele with a shot. Fought off by Hudobin beautifully, and it's played here by Chris Terry.
Murphy on again, down 2 goals. He's been on the ice for practically the entire period.
When the Canes score 3 or more goals, you will get a free large pizza when you buy a large regularly priced pizza online at participating Papa John's the day after the Canes score 3 or more goals. So, better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
Let's see if they can get here late. Birthday wish for our pregame show producer, Chad Zoolander Graham, who turned 40 yesterday.
He did?
I think he a couple of late ones for the guy we call Zoolander. Happy birthday, Zoo.
Well said. Now the puck is cleared all the way back down, and the foot race. Sakara gets there ahead of Brian Little. Riley Nash with 4:18 left to go in this third period. Can't move it by Byfuglien. He gets help from Justin Falk, who utilizes the boards and gets it out. But the Jets are very content to dump it right back in and sit on this 2-goal lead. Riley Nash back out to the center zone. Knocked out of midair by Toby Enstrom with a high stick. And we get a stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, the Jets struggling for confidence, knowing a building could turn against them. As I just said, less than 3 minutes in, had a 2-0 lead. But then when the Hurricanes started to come back with their special teams as their biggest catalyst, that's where the guy that has both quickness and size, especially when he's in the kind of shape he appears to be this year playing forward, Byfuglien scored the biggest goal of the night.
McClement now with Lindholm and Skinner for Carolina. Stewart given a shove. Winnipeg tries to clear that. The rookie, Adam Lowry, comes back out. He scored his first NHL goal tonight. He's hit on the way through by Ryan Murphy. Then he goes back at Murphy. Hainsey in deep. Underneath it is Jay McClement. He'll turn away from the field with 3:35 left to go in this third period. On the wall, Jeff Skinner. All the way across. McClement waiting for the puck now. He'll get it deep. In the trapezoid, Andre Pavlik will leave it there for Trouba. Gets a turnover. McClement slides it inside for Skinner. Gets it back. Right out in front. Good sticks. It was Stewart and Frolik coming back to the house. Along the boards now, Lindholm is tied up. McClement tries to get it deep. Andre Sakara bounces one in on Jacob Trouba, who sends it all the way back in Canes territory.
Trouba has been very good at both ends of the rink, and you saw right there the suffocating defense Winnipeg has played in their own end.
Matthew Perreault, good defensive position on Zach Boychuk, and back out. Blake Wheeler scales it in. Hudobin will slow it, move it. Sakara giving a shove. Scheifele down deep. Centers one, mopped up by Justin Falk, and the Hurricanes get it back out. Chris Terry can't get it deep enough. They're changing. They have to be careful as it's moved in by Mark Scheifele.
Murphy back on again.
Scheifele in back of the goal. He'll dangle. Move on Hudobin. Now Scheifele stopping and starting on Victor Rask. Scheifele holding onto it. That's appreciated by the crowd here. Wheeler, Scheifele, tied up. Justin Falk had him, and it's carried out. A good look at Zach Boychuk. Boychuk over the line, crisscrossing, laying it off for Terry. Chris Terry taken off the puck by Matthew Perreault, and the Jets get it out.
Scheifele told me this morning he worked on his one-on-one ability this summer in St. Catharines, Ontario with a guy by the name of Darryl Belfry. Andrew Ladd told him to go to it as Patrick Kane had worked with him. He's really improved.
Riley Nash now moving up on Brian Little. He'll throw on the brakes. Hudobin to the bench. Harrison with a shot picked off easily by Andre Pavlik. Our next telecast will come your way Thursday night from the Saddle Dome in Calgary. We're on Sports South. It'll start with a face-off just after 9 o'clock. TJ Brodie, young, up-and-coming defenseman, along with Mark Giordano, a great tandem. Brodie with a new contract signed yesterday.
And he's deserving of it. Ontario Hockey League product. I believe Brodie played for Saginaw in that fine league. And Calgary has some defensemen that can bomb the puck. You just mentioned two of them. Dennis Weidman can do it. Russell's an offensive defenseman. They just completed what looked to be a daunting road trip. I don't know how they're playing against Tampa tonight, but they played very well, and winning in Chicago, winning here. Look at Ron Francis, the Hurricanes' first-year general manager, on the road with the team.
Yes, he'll be with the team for the initial stages of this trip. After the Edmonton game, he and Mike Palucci, assistant general manager, will go on a scouting trip because the Hurricanes don't play until Tuesday, so they're going to go to California and see some games involving the Kings and the Ducks and so on.
And I know that Ronnie has been working the phones. You know, I'm sure a lot of Hurricanes fans are saying, well, with all the injuries, trying to improve your team, it's just trades are difficult to make. If you see, as we do, watching him on the road, it's not, you know, attached to his ear right now, but his cell phone usually is. But he's not going to do something that's going to prevent him from having a look at the youth of this hockey club, and I'm sure he'll continue to take a look at it and hopefully get some healthy guys back.
1:46 on the clock, and 6 skaters out for Bill Peters. Hudobin on the bench. Enstrom now along the boards is tied up. They continue that battle. Victor Rask given a shove by Brian Little. Alexander Semin along the wall. Standing on a pass. Second chance. He sets up Tulosti. Inside it goes. Skinner. Second chance for him. His shot off a body off Rask. It's loose. It's located by Semin, but he's shoved off it by Bufflin, and the Jets get it out. Sekera with a $1.19 left here at MTS Center as it's cleared all the way back in. Zach Bogosian for the Jets, given a shove by Semin. Andrew Ladd, Victor Rask, they lose that battle. Blake Wheeler, a soft clear, not out. Semin turns to the outside. Alex Semin now throws on the brakes ahead of Enstrom and goes inside. Elias Lindholm moves it along for Skinner. He has Semin. There he is. Off the mark. Then he takes a swipe at a loose stick in frustration, and that sums up how it's going for Alex Semin. But a penalty is being called in this sequence as we have an interference call out in front.
I think it's going to be Bogosian, so still 53.9 left. Can be a 6-on-4. Yeah, Skinner does a great job of finding that lane, stopping and starting on Enstrom. And Semin had an all-around tough shift. He lost a couple battles in the trenches, and, you know, then maybe he's tired. Or he has a unique curve on his stick, and he just fans. So, you know, Alex Semin getting himself going will continue to be a story for the Hurricanes. But this is a big face-off here for Victor Rask, because you have a 6-on-4. You win the face-off, you can dent into this lead with time left.
Rask and Jimmy Slater on the draw. Slater wins it back. Stewart gets the inside track there, but it's held in. Terry at the point. Moved along for Victor Rask. Inside, on and off the stick of Jeff Skinner. Trouba is back as they scrum in back of Andre Pavlik to the outside. Zach Boychuk, 35 seconds left. Skinner in the doorstep, shut down the rebound. Forked wide by Jeff Skinner. Now it's cleared by Jimmy Slater. All the way back down. 25 seconds left here in Winnipeg. Ryan Murphy moves it along for Victor Rask. Trying sidestep Trouba. Jim Slater back on it. Frolik in control. Skinner with 12 seconds left. Kicked by Slater. Batted down by Skinner. Legally, they say, and it comes all the way in. 5 seconds left. And the Hurricanes will fall to 0-3-2. Third time in franchise history they have started a season winless in their first 5 games. They lose this one 3-1.
You just think the last minute there, Boychuk got it to Skinner, and I think that was Skinner's only trip to the front of the net all night long. And the Hurricanes just were not able to solve the crease area in front of Andre Pavlik. The positive thing for Carolina, their power play and their penalty kill continue to be, both checks in the special teams department. But to score in this league, to generate offense in this league, you've got to get to the paint. And I just thought about it. They really didn't get to the paint very much against this big Winnipeg defense tonight.
All right, we'll see what they could do Thursday night in Calgary. Tonight, the final count, the Winnipeg Jets 3 and the Carolina Hurricanes 1. Time to regroup for Anton Khudobin and the boys as they look square at the Calgary Flames on Thursday night. Stay with us. We have full post-game coverage from Winnipeg. We'll break down the game, show you some highlights, and hopefully get some sound from the locker room. Once again, the final, Winnipeg 3, Calgary 1. Hurricanes Live comes your way next, the post-game edition, after this timeout.